Gentlemen. Hello. Hello, hello. Yeah, actually, that's a better idea. Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Fire Training Center, Fire Training exhibition. We're having it over here. As the Indian tradition, before we begin anything, we will have the lighting of the lamp, for which I request Mr. Rajendra Chaudhary, Deputy Chief Officer Technical, Mr. P.G. Munde, Senior Station Officer, Mr. D.M. Patil, the trainer for this day, and Ms. Bhavna. I request them to please come forward so we can start the lighting of the lamp. Thank you, guys. And before we begin, I'd like to apologize for the inconvenience caused because of the technical error. The AC is not functioning, but let's hope in the coming time things should be fine. Okay, thank you. Once again, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I, Sabir Fernandez, the admin manager of the Hotel and Restaurant Association, Western India, extend a very warm welcome to all these people who are around for the seminar for the Fire Marshals training. Today, your association is in a 69th year and it represents the reputed international and national chain of hotel and restaurant association across the Western India, comprising the state of Maharashtra, Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Goa, and the unit territories of Daman to Silvassa. Your association has been in the forefront to represent on topics of current interest, not only with the government, but also among the membership fraternity of over 1,500 members. The activity of the association includes organizing of regional conventions, business seminars, and scholarship for the deserving students, and continuing dialogue with the government on the topics pertaining to the hospitality and tourism sector. Today we have gathered here for the beautiful seminar, Fire Marshal, and it's been conducted under the guidance of the Chief Fire Officer. Today, as we begin ahead, I would like to call upon stage Mr. Rajendra Chaudhary, who is the Deputy Chief Officer Technical, to please come forward and to share his expertise with us. Please, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, my apology for the inconvenience caused to you, and I think a bit of a delay in starting the program. In fact, the concerned Deputy Chief Officer, who is supposed to look after all this program, has been stuck in some other emergency work, and he is on the way. But by the time, because his already time is passing, and we should say that we should start the program. But I think, as he said that, inconvenience, I think it is not an inconvenience. And I think this is the first lesson for you. When you are dealing with a hot subject, you should film the warmth of that subject. And I think that is the reason I think this scenario, that simulation has been done. But anyway, this joke apart, we'll be fixing up this AC problem very shortly. Today, you know that what has been happening in our country, a lot of deaths have been happening due to fire. And all the responsible agencies, regulators like central government, state government, local self-governments, municipal corporations, fire brigades, they are taking the responsibility to reduce these losses. This every life loss is a life loss to the nations, and we are trying to reduce this loss. But what we learn through the process of doing or regulating these losses, the importance of the stakeholder is very, very paramount importance. Fire brigade is there. Fire brigade is always been acting when there is a fire, but not to create a fire, or in case of a fire, the first responder is the local resident or a local person who has been in charge of that area. And we found that if we do the training on these local people, it will definitely reduce the loss due to the fire as far as property is concerned and life is concerned. And that is the reason the Mumbai Fire Brigade last 2 years been trying to train the people in the community, in the society, in the organization as a fire volunteers. We found that this training has helped even not only the community but also the fire brigade, because always the fire brigade is always, whenever they are responding to the fire call, is always a new area. We will know what is the exact area, what is the content in the building, who are they in the building. So the local volunteer would be the extending hand to the fire brigade, to help in the fire brigade, to managing the traffic, to managing the parking, to give the information. First-hand information is very important. Okay, some people are stranded in the floors. These fire volunteers can definitely be the great help to the fire brigade. And with this sole intention, we started this program of training the local people, and they have been identified as a fire volunteer. As you know, most of the people, you must be traveling in foreign countries where there's a developed countries, where there's a concept of volunteer fire brigades. Of course, it's a different concept. To introduce this concept, it is a bit difficult in such a big country. It is very difficult for us to manage this kind of a scenario, this kind of a system in our country. Then we found what is the doable solution for our country is to making the fire volunteers. Now today, my people, my officers will train you how to do the basic firefighting. So in case of any emergency, any fire, how you can deal till the fire brigade arrives. And I'm sure with this endeavor, with your participation, definitely there will be a result in the tune of reducing life and property. I welcome all your stakeholders from Restaurants and Hotels Association or other participants for participating in this and showing their keen interest, and I'm sure that this, our joint venture, would definitely yield a better result, and it will help us to reduce the life and property due to the fire. Thank you very much. I again welcome. I again apologize for the inconvenience caused to you, but anyway, it is never better late than never. We will start our program, and now our Deputy CFO, Mr. Jadhav Saab, is already here. Now he will continue the further program. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your guidance. I now call upon Mr. Y.R. Jadhav, Deputy Chief Fire Officer, to please come on stage and to share his experience with us. Please, sir.
नमस्कार. मी जाधव, मुंबई अग्निशमन दल उपप्रमुख अग्निशमन अधिकारी प्रशिक्षण या अंतर्गत मुंबई अग्निशमन दलामध्ये मुंबईतील नागरिक, हॉटेल तसे इमारतीमधील रहिवासी यांच्यामध्ये विशेषतः आगी संदर्भात जनजागृती करण्याकरता आम्ही ही मोहीम राबवलेली आहे. या अंतर्गत या अगोदर आम्ही आहार यांना प्रशिक्षण दिलेलं आहे. तदनंतर आपणास प्रशिक्षण देण्यात येणार चालू आहे आज. यानंतर आम्ही मुंबईतील नागरिकांना याच्यामध्ये मोठ्या प्रमाणात सहभागी करून त्यांना प्राथमिक स्वरूपाच्या आगीशी कशा प्रकारे मुकाबला करावा व मुकाबला करताना काय काळजी घ्यावी व आपल्याकडे असलेले जे साधन आहेत त्याचं योग्य प्रकारे आपण कसं वापर करू शकू आणि आगीवर नियंत्रण, त्याचप्रमाणे वित्त व जीवितहानी आपल्याला कमीत कमी करता येईल किंवा टाळता येईल यावर हे सत्र आता चालू करण्याचं मी माझ्या अधिकाऱ्यांना सूचना करत आहे. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
Thank you, sir, for your guidance and for your expertise shared with our members. Now I call upon Mr. D.M. Patil, the trainer, who will take the session on. Please, sir.
Good morning. Namaskar Saglana. Today we will undergo this training, basic firefighting training, as well as how to handle these fire extinguishers. This is a new thing for us, though we have MSc, PhD, MBA. In that we are not taught this fire subject that much. Okay, so we will see the basic things today. So what is fire, what are the causes behind fire, what to do in case of fire, what are the causes, what are the preventive measures, then how, the burning issue, LPG cylinders, how to take care of LPG cylinders. Okay, so shall I start? Are you ready? Are you fresh now? Okay. Okay, so fire safety, this is not a duty of only fire brigade personnel. It is not the work of fire brigade, because it is a joint effort and joint responsibility. If there is anything goes wrong in your area, if you are not informing us, then how it is possible that fire brigade arrives at your place? Okay, so it is not like that. Even after you are calling and till fire brigade arrives and their firefighting operation starts, you have to wait there. You have to give idea about what is burning in that building, what are the is there any persons casualty, or all these things you have to inform. So that means you have to inform fire brigade if anything goes wrong, even any other than fire, like tree collapse, oil spillage, okay, accident, train accident, railway accident, okay, any bird or person stranded, you have to call fire brigade. So we'll see within an hour we will see the, first of all, there will be those two sessions. First will be in-house your PPT, and then afterwards we will make two batches, and one batch will go downstairs for fire extinguisher demo. Okay, so first of all, history of Mumbai Fire Brigade. History of Mumbai Fire Brigade, whatever you are going through this slide, you will see. So actual fire protection in Bombay, then Bombay, now it is Mumbai, starts or began in the year 1777. Okay, so at that time locals were allotted ₹4 per day, ₹4 per day for handling what you see, these carts and chariots, horse chariots, which were used to extinguish fires. So firefighting was started as a part-time function of police under the government in the year 1855. So in the year 1855, it was the part-time function of government, police under government. Okay, so the fire protection subject, so after that the fire protection subject had passed in year 1887, okay, onto the municipality on 1st April 1887 as a full-time subject. So in the year 1887 it becomes a full-time subject of municipality, okay, BMC. Since then, protection of life and properties from fire became the duty of the Bombay Municipal Corporation, or now Mumbai Municipal Corporation, Mumbai Municipal Corporation. Now it was a pre-independence era. So an officer on deputation from the London Fire Brigade in the year 1890 to 1947 commanded the brigade. Okay, so it was a pre-independence, and then first chief fire officer of Mumbai Fire Brigade was W. Nicholas of London Fire Brigade, was appointed as a first chief fire officer in the year 1890. So since 1948, after independence, since 1948, the brigade is completely manned and controlled by Indians only. Now, first chief fire officer, first Indian chief fire officer, he was Mr. M.G. Pradhan, was appointed as a chief fire officer in the year 1948. Since then, the brigade has been completely manned and controlled by Indians. Now, in the ancient days, the equipment comprised of hand pumps and steam engines. For what purpose? Steam engines? Anybody having any idea? Steams? What is the use of steam? Yeah, and even our you can use this team for smothering fire as well. We will see what are the factors needed to start a fire, and you will come to know then. So how the smothering, but okay,